Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am absolutely buzzing to be back, especially back with talking about a Blades win. Ollie did an absolutely fantastic job in midweek talking about Chris Wilder's first game against Liverpool. We lost 2-0. We've just gone and won our second game of the season at Bramall Lane. And you know what? I thought we were absolutely fantastic in this game. I just feel like we're a completely different side now. Chris Wilder is the manager of Sheffield United Football Club. A couple of housekeeping things before we get going. The eagle-eyed of you will know that this is not my new camera. Not my new camera. And the reason for that is because for some reason, the camera's dead. I don't know why. It was on like 90% the last time I used it, and now it's on 0. So, yeah, we're back with the webcam. Hopefully, I'll get a few more batteries and we won't have this again. Also, I'm drinking a bottle of cider because I'm celebrating. I've had a few beers today. Shoot me. And I'm having a cider now. And, yeah, I've just thrown it all over my keyboard. I promise I'm not drunk. Am I bothered that all that's happened? Yes, but I'm less bothered because Sheffield United have just won this game and put us in a really good position in the league. Still bottom. Doesn't matter. Does not matter a jot because, let's be honest, we're still in a really bad position. We're probably still going to go down. I'm saying this. Do I mean it? Not 100% sure. I am definitely, despite what some people say, I am a blade that is slightly more positive than negative. Maybe I'm quietly positive because quite often what I say and what I think are two different things because I'm quietly thinking, do you know what? We could possibly get out of this. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. But all we can do is win as many games of football as possible, especially against teams. I wouldn't say they were round about us. I wouldn't say that they were round about us at all. But especially, I think we smelt blood today because is it Mbumo? I think Mbumo is out. And I actually thought that Brentford were really poor in this game, to be perfectly honest. It really still annoys me that Brentford had more possession than us, way more possession than us, because I felt like they never troubled us at all in this game. Never. We will start from the beginning in a second. I am wearing my David McGoldrick 17 shirt that I picked up from Vinted that a lot of you have spoken about. I also messaged Didsy himself and said, I've managed to pick up my size shirt, Didsy 17, from the greatest Sheffield United season in my lifetime. And he was a bit annoyed that somebody had sold it on Vinted, to be honest. So whoever sold it to me, Didsy's not happy with you. Anyway, yeah, I thought I wore this against Bournemouth, and I was thinking, is this an unlucky shirt? I needed to test that out today because maybe it was unlucky under Heke. Maybe it's really lucky under Chris Wilder. And Chris Wilder is the reason why we are so much better than we have been for most of the season. Every single player on that pitch today was outstanding. Outstanding. Even the players coming on, outstanding. Let's go through them. I think the only player that I can really highlight of not being outstanding was Mr. Wesley Foderingham. And that's because he had nothing to do. All he had to do was catch balls here all day long in here. Thank you very much, Brentford. And it was great to see because Wes has had so many shots to stop this season and not all of them land here. So, no, it was good to see. Obviously, Wes got himself his first clean sheet of the season. That is massive. I didn't even think about it at the time. All I cared about was the fact that we got 3 points on the board and we are, I say, climbing the table. We're still bottom of the league because of that shocking 5-0 defeat against Burnley. We're 1 point behind Luton. Yes, Luton have still got a game to play in this game week. Burnley managed to find themselves a point against Brighton away, which we did, exactly the same score, 1-1. But it's still 2 points back on them. And yeah, I think Burnley, Joe from Turfcast came on our channel and said, one of the Burnley fans said that, is it possible that we're gonna finish mid-table or upper table, like top half of the table? It's like 100 to 1 or something. It's like we're literally on the same points again. So no, Burnley, you're not going to be doing that. And yeah, we're definitely going to be finishing above you. Anyway, let's get into it. So I'm going to go through the team first because we had a lot of shots. They didn't have anything. Like I said earlier, they had nothing that really scared me. But saying that, as a Blade, as an avid fan that goes to every single home match, you are sat there absolutely biting your nails, whatever happens. When you're 1-0 up, when it's 0-0, when it's tight in a game, you're biting your nails, you're sitting forward, and you just everything that comes anywhere near your goal, you're thinking, we're going to concede, we're going to concede. And it's just, it's the anxiety levels are through the roof. But it's because it means so much, doesn't it? Like this 3 points today meant so much. It's one of those games that are winnable, as a lot of Blades fans are saying. I agreed. I quietly thought that we were going to win this game today. I didn't want to say it too loud because I've thought that so many times this season at Bramall Lane. But we're a different beast under Chris Wilder, clearly. Some different players, some same players, but these same players that are playing are just playing in a completely different mindset as they were under Heke. So it's fantastic to see. Lots of bookings from the boys today. Do I care? No. Yeah, I care a little bit about Jack Robinson because he got booked and he's going to miss the next game against Chelsea. But saying that, I kind of think we're playing four at the back at the moment. Like I'm looking on Flash Score right now, and they've got Andre Brooks as a left wing back. Andre Brooks was playing as a central attacking midfielder for the most part in this game. So for me, we're definitely playing four at the back, which I could see Trusty going into the middle with Anel, and then see Max Lowe come in or Thomas. Shouldn't really say that too loud, or everyone will give me grief for it. But yeah, it's fantastic to see the defense looking so stable. Yeah, they pulled us a little bit towards the end, but I think that was just the fact that you get nervy, don't you? When you're down the bottom of the league and you're desperate for points, you're gonna get nervy. And we're gonna have a lot more of these games this season where we go in 1-0 up, 2-1 up, something like that, and we're gonna have to see it out. And we've not done that very well this season, so it's nice to see us see that game out today. I think let's talk about the possible sending off first, because I think what happened, it looked like for me that Archer had got absolutely poleaxed. The way he went down, it looked very similar to the Sousa challenge. And when it went to VAR, I'm like, I think that's for the Archer challenge. They all jumped in on the Sousa ones, but it wasn't. Obviously, it was for the Sousa challenge. And it was an absolutely disgraceful challenge on Sousa. I suppose it's one of them where it looks worse when you slow it down, but it definitely is a red card. It's got to be a red card. What else could it be? When you slow it down, it does look worse, but the amount of red cards that have been given for players going over the top and like obviously above the ankle and crunching them there, that's a leg break or an ankle breaking tackle, that, or a lower a lower shin. I don't know. It's in that area where it's just above your foot. It's either on the ankle or just above the ankle. And it's a shocking challenge. And I don't know how VAR have looked at that and thought, you know what, refs got that right. Because I've seen, I would say, way, way, way more red cards given for that than yellows. The amount of people that were on Twitter and amount of texts that I got saying from people that weren't at the game saying that's definitely a red card. It's frustrating. Like for me, when the referee goes to have a look at the screen, you know what's going to happen. You know, because it's clear and obvious. And that's what they say VAR is there for clear and obvious errors. But at the same time, for me, I just feel like sometimes if you're not 100% sure whether that is a red card or a foul or whatever, let the referee go to the screen and make the decision for himself. It doesn't matter if the referee comes back and said, "Do you know what? VAR have sent me to that." I agree with my on-field decision. Like, there's no way that the referee goes to that screen, looks at that, and thinks that's not a red card. Yeah, he's given a yellow. It obviously was at least a yellow, but for me, that's got to be a red. It's got to be a red, and I don't think many people will disagree. I think a lot of Brentford fans, if they got a red for that, yeah, they might be annoyed at the time because it happened so fast. But if they're watching that back on Match of the Day or on Sky Sports highlights or YouTube or whatever, they will look at that and think, yeah, I can see why he got given a red card for that. But yeah, it was a shocking challenge. He obviously got brought off. But yeah, shocking challenge. Should have been a red, could have been a leg breaker for Souza as well. And especially how well he started under Chris Wilder, that would have been a huge miss for us if something terrible like that would have happened. Um, but yeah, we crack on as we do. We don't always get the rub of the green. So many balls tonight that just kind of, or today, that got was were just bouncing around and always landed at their players' feet. It just we didn't have that sort of luck. It was so frustrating, to be perfectly honest. But just before, on the stroke of half time, I was about to go downstairs and get a beer off my mate. My mate went and got the beers in for the lads. I say the lads, for me and him. Um, and I knew that it was downstairs getting the beers in. And then I saw McAtee curl a beautiful shot into the top corner. And it went so high and looped that, maybe not looped down, but it went so high that I thought that must have taken a bit of a deflection. And I was coming downstairs saying that took a deflection, that I'm sure of it. It didn't. It was just an absolutely fantastic finish. Like, that is the best shot I've seen from McAtee since he's been a Blade. That was just beautiful. I don't know if it was better than Harmazian's Forest, but it's certainly on par, probably better because of the angle of it rather than, I don't know. I don't know. Let us know what you think. But yeah, it was a fantastic goal. Obviously a goal worthy of winning a game, and it did. So yeah, fantastic goal from McAtee. Definitely deserved. McAtee's one of those that's completely rejuvenated his season because of like Chris Wilder getting into him and telling him how he wants him to play. But a lot of I think the only two players that I can look at and say, do you know what? They're not playing better than they were. They're just playing as well as what they were. Is Jack Robinson and Austin Trusty, because they were putting in so much effort into every single. And I think there's a lot of players, Anel, Bogle, Harmer, Vinny Souza, McAtee to a certain extent, Archer, all of these players that I thought were going to see us through this season to at least pick us up some points. All of them are playing way better than they were under Heke. Been given a new lease of life, and it's great to see. We had so many other chances though in this game. We could have put them to bed early. And looking at the stats right now, they had 10 goal attempts, 4 on target, 6 off target. And I don't remember Wes having to do much more than that all game. So we had 4 shots on target. They had 4 shots on target. We had 5 off. They had 6 off. None of them really made me think they're going to score here. Expected goals, I think it's different on FOTMob to Flash Score. FOTMob are coming in at 0.89 expected goals for us and 0.64, and it looks very similar on Flash Score. So they must do things differently. But yeah, on FOTMob we are by far more expected goals, a lot less possession, which I'm shocked at, because at half time we must have had more possession. No, we didn't. We had a lot less. I don't get possession, to be honest, because with my real eyes, I am seeing that we're having more possession, especially in that first half. Second half, I can understand last 10, 15, 20 minutes when they're coming at us, they're going to have a lot more of the ball. We're going to sit a bit deeper to try and make sure we don't concede. And we're going to get them on the break. But they didn't really offer much of anything going forward today for me. I thought they were really poor. And do you know what? If I'd have just looked at that game on its own, I'd have thought that Brentford would have been in the bottom 3 because they were really poor, offered nothing. Even Morpay, I really like. I've liked Morpay in the past. I know he's not done great in the last couple of years, but Morpay was not even really offering much of a bite. I know at one point Wes kicked it against his back, and that did give me kittens. Don't worry about that one. But he didn't really offer much. He got dominated, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I just think we were the better team all the way through the game, even towards the end. Again, they didn't really offer much for me. I think we were very very good in all departments. Um, let's talk about some of the other chances that we had, especially in that second half. Slimani came on and had two best chances of the whole game because let's be honest, McAtee's curling shot into the top corner, you wouldn't say was the best chance because that expected goals is like probably zero point 0.1 or something like that because I don't know what expected goals sort of is really like, but from the edge of the box, pretty much just inside. Who'd have thought McAtee would have curled that into the top corner? But I think it was Cameron Archer that got his. Cameron Archer was fantastic as well towards the end of the game when the defenders are tiring and they're trying to lump it forward, just getting on kind of like the shoulder. And he's really strong for such a small bloke. And that's what I've been a little bit disappointed with him this season because he's not had any service. He's not had a lot of support other than when McBurney's playing, and he just showed today that that was more like the Cameron Archer that I saw come to Bramall Lane last season for Borough. On the last shoulder, knocking the defender off and running away. I thought he was a bit quicker than what he is, because quite often when he's running away, defenders catch up with him. I don't know whether that's because he's tiring towards the end of the game because he certainly was tiring. Um, but he created a great chance for Slimani. He rolls the ball into him. He's just got to put it past the goalkeeper. The keeper makes a good save. He puts it to the keeper's right, Slimani's left. Yeah, he makes a good save, but he should have finished that Slimani. And then the last one, again, Archer makes this. I think he mugs the defender on the right hand side, lays it to Slimani. Slimani, lovely. It looks like he's going to pass it inside, turns on the outside and just thrashes at it, loses his head and just thrashes at it and hits it into the side netting. I was so annoyed when he did that because all you got to do, hit the target. If the keeper makes a save, it's a good save. It was at a bit of an acute angle. He should be scoring, but it wasn't kind of all the goal to aim at. He's a good goalkeeper, Flecken, and if he'd have made a save, I'd have been like, fair enough, Slimani, but he thrashes it straight at the side netting, and I was gutted about that because that would have ended the game there and then for me. But we missed other chances. I think it was Archer missed a chance. Before that, he runs away. He's got two defenders coming at him, and then he ends up cutting inside past the defender. Yeah, he's got two defenders around him. He hits a shot. Goalkeeper makes a good save. It's pretty much straight at him. Will Asula had one in the first half as well, where he hit the side netting. I think that was the only one that we really had in the first half. But let's just go through the players because that was about it, really. Like I said, Wes had a lot of easy saves to make today, and that was most of the chances, I believe. Let's go through the team. Um, Wes Foderingham, like I said, he's got a 7.4 on Flash Score. Yeah, he's kept a clean sheet, but he's not had to do a lot of things in this game. He got booked. I don't remember when he got booked, but yeah, he got booked for something. It must have been time wasting or something like that. I thought Anel was fantastic. He made a weird error where I just think he just lost his bearings and then fortunately, I think it was Wisa didn't act on it. I think he just expected it to get booted away, and Anel kind of just like Bambi on ice, and then like taps the ball out, and it was just a really weird bit of play. But Anel was fantastic, getting straight into him like we want him to. And yeah, it was great to see how much better Anel is under Chris Wilder, because we've missed that. We really have. I thought Bogle was fantastic. Like all his all-round game, that for me was Bogle's best game since he joined Sheffield United. He's been better going forward. He didn't do too much going forward, but you can't do when you're playing four at the back. And I think Bogle was just colossal at the back. I never thought I'd say that sentence in my life. Bogle was colossal, but he just got stuck in. He was winning headers. He was anticipating the ball rather than just letting them get it and running at him, which he's done a lot this season, just let them run at him. And he was anticipating the ball. He was getting stuck in. You love to see it. He's got booked. That's great. We want to see that because we want to see that aggression from him. Jack Robinson was fantastic. A couple of times where he scared me a little bit, bringing the ball out, but there was no need for me to be scared because Jack Robinson did it very, very well. Austin Truste, the same. He got booked after 16 minutes on Lewis Potter. Lewis Potter's scary. I'd love to see Lewis Potter in a Sheffield United shirt. I'm going to say in a red and white shirt, but he's already in a red and white shirt. But yeah, he scared me a lot in the first half. I don't know when he got brought off. I think it was in the second. But yeah, running at Austin, I was a little bit worried about that because getting booked after 16 minutes, he was getting stuck in though. That's why he got booked because he did 3 or 4 tackles where he went through him straight away. And I reckon Chris Wilder's probably told him, you know what, Lewis Potter, really, really good player, really fast, really tricky. You need to get stuck into him and get him scared of you. And he did that. But then when you are on a booking for 80 minutes, it's not great, but he did a great job, Austin. So he's big player for us. I think he'll continue to be a big player for us for the rest of the season too. Same as Vinny Souza. Vinny Souza was great again today, getting stuck in, very, very assured on the ball as well. Didn't just boot the ball anywhere when he got it. Turned inside and just things that it's nice to see. Blades players not being hot-headed and just kicking the ball anywhere or passing it anywhere because they didn't want it like a hot potato. It's just good to see him pick the ball up and just like look around, not be too worried about players coming at him and just turning on it. And Harmer had a great game. Harmer obviously got the assist for McAtee. I think they recycled that when I think it was Cameron Archer breaking down the left-hand side. He probably should have done more with it himself, but it ended up getting recycled. Harmer got it, knocked it out to McAtee, and he curled it in the top corner. I thought that, yeah, Harmer, again, he's getting stuck in. I don't think he's great defensively, but he's all over the place. He's getting stuck in. He's a great footballer as well, isn't he? Let's be honest. So I want to see players in that central midfield that get stuck in, but also good footballers as well. And he certainly is. Andre Brooks. Let's just talk about Andre Brooks for a second. Oh my God. What a player we have got in Andre Brooks. We don't have many of these players that can pick the ball up and just run and are very, very skillful, which he is. It just reminded me of a David Brooks, Iliman Ndiaye sort of meshed together player. I don't know. Probably not. Probably nothing like that. But we don't have many players like that, especially not in my lifetime. We don't keep older them for a long time either. Iliman Ndiaye, 2 years. David Brooks, 1 year. We don't keep these players for a long time. So hopefully we can keep David Brooks. Nope, that's not him. Andre Brooks for a bit longer. I love his parting as well. It's so perfect with his hair coming out either side. I don't know why I mentioned that, but he was fantastic in that first half. He wilted in the second. Didn't see much of him in the second, but yeah, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant in that first half. And I want to see more of him. I tweeted out. A lot of you will have seen this, and I boasted about it today on Twitter. I tweeted and said the lack of creativity that we had under Heke, I can't believe Andre Brooks is not getting more game time because I'd seen him before. I know what he's got in his locker. A lot of people said about the Lincoln game when he got dragged off because he was rubbish. I just wanted to see him, and so many fans gave me so much stick. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Give a youngster some minutes when we're terrible. He's not up to it. He needs a League One loan or a Championship loan. Does he? Does he? Because he absolutely made Brentford players look like silly sausages today, whenever. He was brilliant. And obviously he needs to get up to match fitness and match speed and sharpness, but he's a very, very exciting talent. Same with McAtee as well. I thought McAtee had a great game today. He's coming into his own. He showed a little bit of promise under Heke, but he weren't getting enough of the ball. When he did, he didn't really have much support, so he was doing it all on his own. Now he looks like a man possessed. When you give him the ball, he's like, I am going to create something. I'm going to make something happen. I'm going to try and get us up the field, get us a goal. That is James McAtee right now. And it's wonderful to see. It really is. Will Asula had a bit more of a quiet game today, but his job is very understated because he's doing a lot of the running. He didn't have a lot of support up top today. But when we went forward with purpose, and we actually look. Let's look at the stats for a second because we had 9 goal attempts. Under Heke, that would be 2 or 3. And that's what we want to see as football fans at the end of the day. We want to see our team score goals. And obviously, if you score goals, you are bound to pick up points eventually. And yeah, we're just a lot better going forward and defensively under Chris. I knew that's what we'd be, but it's good to actually see it come into fruition and see how well they are and that's the thing. It almost feels like they're only just gelling as a team. And I know we're obviously playing in a slightly different way. But yeah, it's good to see them looking like they're gelling. They all seem um very much together. I saw at one point, I think it was Gus Harmer, shepherded a ball out, shepherded one of their players out with like a minute left or something like that. And I think it was Souza, Trusty, Robinson, Anel, maybe, all ran up to him and like give him a little chest pump like that to be like celebrating the fact that he's pushed him out of play and it's wasted a little bit more time. So it's great to see that. Chris Wilder, I can't remember which one it was now, but something happened where the ball got um, put out of play or we got a throw in or something like that. And he ran over to the south stand and you're like, yes. And you want to see that passion. And you want to see it from Chris. You want to see it from Alan Nill. You want to see it from the bench. You want to see it from the players. And it's coming. It's definitely coming. It's there. It's there to be seen. And I wasn't 100% sold on Wilder before. But as soon as it got more and more kind of confirmed, I got a bit excited because I know how good we've been under Wilder in the past. And yeah, they say you should never go back, but it's a great start, isn't it? 2-0 against Liverpool defeat. It's understandable. They had to score in the 90 plus second or third minute to show the game out. We could have had a penalty. We could have had other things. That second goal probably shouldn't have stood because of Darwin Nunes scissoring Bogle. So yeah, and then we've gone and won today against Brentford. Like, yes, it's a game that we could have won, but it's probably a game that we wouldn't have won under Heke. But yeah, what else have we got? Sidey Peck, Siddy Peck. I've been calling him Sidey Peck for such a long time. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say his name out loud before. But Gary Sinclair says it's Siddy Peck, so we're going to go with Siddy Peck. And it was great to see him come on. I've actually never seen anything of Siddy Peck before. Seen Brooks, saw Asula before, saw Jebo before. Never seen anything of Siddy Peck. So he was just chasing around, to be fair, but that's all we needed him for. Young legs, bringing him on, get about the pitch, try and stop them from creating stuff. And he certainly did that. He didn't really have much of the ball, but yeah, we were chasing shadows, trying to stop them from getting balls into the box, which he did well. Max Lowe came on, looked good down that left hand side, got a crossing that I think the keeper took, but he certainly looked lively down that left hand side. And it's nice to see that now players are going to be thinking, do you know what? I've got to be on my A game if I want to get into this team. And when I get into this team, I need to stay in this team. And I like to have seen Ryan One come on, but it wasn't to be. Doesn't matter really at the end of the day. He's still only very, very young. Yeah, we won the game of football. So let's go through a few comments. I hope everyone's as buzzing as I am tonight because I've missed us winning games of football. I really have. Hal, the boys are back in town. Too right, mate. I'm absolutely buzzing about it. 8 more wins. I love that. 8 more wins. We've only won a second, but 8 more wins. Of course, we are going down. We all hope, but let's be real. Sacked Hecky too late. Maybe we did. But I'm going to be honest with you. we've spoken to Prince Abdullah in recent times. He really likes Heke, really likes him. And I think he just wanted to give him a little bit more chance to turn it around. Maybe the fact that he was showing compassion um, might be a reason why we go down. If Chris turns it around and we go down by 1 point, 3 points, 5 points, something like that, maybe we think if we'd got rid of Hecky a little bit earlier, then we possibly would have stayed up. But yeah, I get why he wanted to give him a little bit more chance, but yeah, looking at it now in hindsight, should have gone earlier, shouldn't they? Guess who just got back today? Then while the boys had been away, haven't changed, hadn't much to say, but man, I think them cats are crazy. Steve, I absolutely love that. I've got no idea what you're going on about, but I absolutely love it nonetheless. Thank you very much. Jamie, we're staying up. Fair enough. Kieran is saying Chrissy Wilder and Alan nil. Love that. Tedious again, mate. Too much fluff. Stop talking about yourself. Oh my god. Get a grip, man. Get a grip. This is the guy that gave me grief for just having a bit of a laugh on the video. I'm not, this is my channel at the end of the day. This is what I've done for years and years and years. Don't be giving me grief for literally nothing. I'm happy. I'm just telling you about what's happening in life. God. Jamie, Wilder, best manager in the world. Too right, mate. Too right. Steve, bit of Lizzie there. I'm guessing that's Thin Lizzie. I'm not up with the Lizzie. Brooks is looking like he's cementing his place in the starting 11. I would love to see that. And I'd love to see towards the end of the season him getting 90 minutes. That'd be great to see that he's actually managed to get that fitness, because it's going to be tough for him because he's still a young lad. He's still playing a lot of football in the under 21s or 23s or whatever it is. So it's going to take him a while. Great start for Wilder. The difference is astonishing after such a short time. Keep it up, Blades. Too right, John. Too right. I was thinking, how did Chris Wilder get them to get them up for the Liverpool game so much? Obviously, the players are going to want to do that for a new manager, but at the same time, it's just weird how the mentality can just switch so quickly, and they were fantastic today. Nick, that was a brilliant game today. We played really well, 3 points and a clean sheet at last. Worth getting absolutely soaked on the front row of the Kop. I was thinking that, Doug. I feel really sorry for you, mate, because I looked at that first few kind of 10 to 15 rows on the Kop, and they looked so sorry about that. Let us know, Doug, what row you were on, because it looked terrible. We weren't getting it. It was still cold, but we weren't getting it. It just was relentless today. Archer really getting involved now and improving every game. Too right, Mel. Too right. Chris, great to see you at the game. We had a nice little cuddle at the end of the game. Absolutely buzzing about the Blades. Blades won, and you gave me a hug. I didn't even read it. Blades won, and you gave me a hug. That's a double win for me. Too right. I was buzzing. I was buzzing after that game. Oh my word. Team, crowd, leadership, desire, passion, fight. What a change. Hours upon hours of training, tactics, etc., and it all came down to your lucky shirt. Fancy that. Yeah, I'll take all the credit for it. 100% too right. Now, Fraser's wrote up the Blades about 1,000 times, so I've got to put at least one of them on screen. We agree, but no more, please. Oh dear. Oh dear. I think praise or grumble. It's gonna be a praise for the mighty Blades. Jimmy Blades Ramble, welcome. You're back, Nick. I am back. Buzzing. Dem Blades. I've paid for Sousa to leave before Wilder came in. Can't believe the difference in him. Amazing. It's great, isn't it? It really is. Oh, okay. Leeds United best hit. Arthur, off you go, mate. Off you pop. What a corker goal from McAtee. Brilliant. That is the best strike I've seen from him. I know people talk about the new manager bounce, but this feels different. I'm more positive than I've ever been since the season started. Too right. And I'm thinking Chris Wilder can't ever leave. He just can't. Like, COVID never happened. We've had him for 7 years, 10, 8 years, whatever we've had him for. It never happened. Legend Hecky for getting us up. Sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect Hecky in that way. Um, Up the blades, totally different team. Dazzy Smith, too right, mate. Sean, by far the better team. A moment of magic by Macca, but we deserve so much more. We did. We did. We deserved 2 or 3 goals in that game for me. And we need to start scoring goals, don't we, really? We need to start getting that. I'll be honest. I think that the goal difference is gone. I think we've conceded way too many goals. There's no way we're going to be scoring 2, 3, 4 goals in games to get that goal difference back. We just need the points on the board, don't we? We deserve to win by more than 1 goal, but I am concerned about where the goals will come from in the long term. We can't really rely on 1 goal. Ollie said the same thing, Hal, didn't he? It's not a. What did Ollie say? Ollie's so good at talking. It's not a repeatable pattern of play. That's what Ollie said. And it's not. He's right. Hal's absolutely right, and Ollie's right. But at the same time, yeah, we've created a lot of chances today. We just should have put some of them away. And I'm sure Slimani was fantastic. We didn't even talk about Slimani. Slimani was brilliant when he came on. He was like a completely different player. Michael Brown, Wilder, and Sheffield United, a match made in heaven. Methven, thank you very much for getting involved again. Huge improvement. Great to see them playing freely and already a feeling of togetherness. Having Wilder back at the helm, great 3 points. Happy Blade. A lot of difference to the team since Wilder came back. Too right. Justin buzzing with those 3 points. Thought we were better against Liverpool, but tough conditions and the points all that matters. Hopefully, Wilder gets the best out of Archer and we have a chance. Tomas is jumping in. Far better play. Up the blades. Shane Robinson is suspended for Chelsea after picking up his 5th yellow. Too right, call, mate. Too right. Gutted about that. But I think we'll be okay. But yeah, straight back in after that Chelsea game. Well done, 3 points. Some crazy scores today. Chelsea and Aston Villa next. Now, to be fair, can't see any points in that, but Luton afterwards probably. Let's see. Let's see what happens, because if we can go toe to toe with Liverpool, we can go toe to toe with anyone in this league. So let's not write ourselves off in any game. Should have had more goals, and Andre Bucks is a dream too, right, Fraser? I'm going to fly through some of these. Apologies if I've missed anybody's. Chris Eads is saying absolutely unreal performance today too, right, mate? Makes the weekend so much better. Yes, it does. It just does. Let's fly down to the bottom now. James Moore, can't wait for my next match away at Villa. Really looking forward to getting together before and during and after. Too right, James. Too right. McBurney might struggle to get an immediate return. Maybe. I think he will come in for Asula. But even if he doesn't, coming off the bench, McBurney is going to be very dangerous. Nobody's ruining even tonight. Think we're good for a point from Chelsea. Oh, I hope you're right, Chris. I really do. I think we're going to leave it there. We've been talking for 38 minutes. I'll be honest, I missed the Liverpool game, so I feel like I need this therapy. And it's not really therapy. It's just I'm buzzing, and I just want to talk about the Blades tonight. So, yeah. Thank you for everyone being involved in this tonight. I'm really happy that my shirt works. I'm really happy that the boys are back and the boys are playing for Chris Wilder, because Chris Wilder could have come in and we could have seen absolutely no change whatsoever. But it's a testament to Chris and his playing staff and the players themselves, because they could have easily just phoned it in for the rest of the season and been like, oh, let's either we'll go and play for someone else in the Premier League, or we'll go down with United and we'll try and go back up because we're not good enough. And there were so many fans that were saying that these players are not good enough. Like, we've not been good enough in the transfer window, which I still think that is true. But I knew that we could get more out of these players. I just knew it. But Chris had to do it. Chris had to come in to do that, and yeah, I love it. Up the blades, love to see Slimani getting an impact on the pitch. Hope gets more time. Me too, Martin. Don't ever take that shirt off, Nick. Might be a bit smelly. and Didsy might not appreciate his name being on the back of a very, very smelly shirt. But Chris, I might wear it for the next game, and then the next game, and then the next game. I think Slimane is quite good. I think that means quiet, and that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you very much for watching this match reaction. I am buzzing about the game. I'm buzzing that Andre Brooks is just as good as I expected. I am buzzing that he's our player as well. But yeah, I'm buzzing about the togetherness. I'm buzzing about Chris Wilder, and I'm buzzing about life right now. So I'm going to have a fantastic evening. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening too. Please make sure you like this video before you leave the stream. And if you're watching it after the live, yeah, just as much. Like it, comment on it, tell us what you think is going to happen from now until the end of the season. And I'll see you very, very soon. Up the blooming blades, eh? Up the blades.